Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jersey Shore Pondscapes Videos. My name is Chris, and on this channel I have a whole mess of videos on just about every topic you could think about when it comes to koi ponds and water gardens, right? Fish and plants and filters and pumps and UV lights and skimmers and everything, okay? You know, from maintaining your pond, taking care of your pond, the whole bit. I've been building ponds for over 25 years professionally, and today I want to show you my latest creation, a pond that we just finished up that I think is really cool, and I wanted to do a video about it. Unfortunately, my bad, I didn't take a lot of pictures of the job and in progress as we were doing it. I just have the picture of the before, you know, the empty plot of ground where we built the pond, and you know, the completed product. But anyway, I wanted to do the video anyway and just tell you about the whole pond. So basically, this pond is going to be built right off of this raised paver patio. It's going to be about 17-18 feet long, and it's about a good 10 feet wide, okay? It's a very formal design we're going to do here, very straight lines. We're going to use a tumbled bluestone stacked stone for the walls, and then we're going to cap the whole pond with a 20-inch limestone slab on the top. It's going to have a nice waterfall, just a straight stack of rock up for the waterfall, with a spillway off the waterfall where the water just cascades right back down into the pond. So I guess here's the completed project. Okay, this is what we ended up with. Here's our pond. This thing is pretty awesome, as you can see. What I have here is we have two bottom drains. The two bottom drains are feeding into a 150-gallon filter, gravity-fed filter system. There's a half horsepower Performance Pro pump that's about 7,600 gallons an hour, and it's returning the water back through an 80-watt high output Pentair UV light with two return pipes back up to the top of the waterfall. It's a pretty simple system, right? But really effective. So we're moving a lot of water in this pond. This pond ended up being almost 3,700 gallons of water. It's 4 feet deep, but we do have ledges all around the sides for plants. So basically, the whole key to constructing this pond was to get the level of the dirt to place our rocks on perfectly level all around the pond. Once we had that all graded nice and all leveled perfectly, this tumbled bluestone was really nice to use to stack because all the pieces are exactly the same thickness. So we put one layer of rock down, put another layer on, put another layer, and everything stacked up perfectly nice and level and even. So it was really nice to do that. We did have to cut a lot of the stone, however. Now, the way we built these walls, since my coping on the top, that limestone coping around the top, is 20 inches wide, okay? I wanted a 2-inch overhang on both sides of it. So 2 inches of the coping overhanging in the pond, 2 inches overhanging outside the pond, which meant that my walls can be a maximum of 16 inches wide, all right? So we ended up having to cut a lot of that bluestone, you know, to make those walls exactly 16 inches. And the way we constructed these walls were basically, you know, we had our pond liner. We put our pond liner in the pond, and this is the pond over here. Okay, we brought the liner up, and we brought it, you know, straight up off the ground since the pond is raised, right? So we did a wall of rock inside the pond all the way to the top. Then we did a wall of rock outside the liner all the way to the top. So basically I had a wall of rock here, a wall of rock here, and the liner sandwiched in between. Once we had the wall all up to our height all the way around, we mixed some cement, some concrete, And we put it down in between the liner and the rock on this side, and down in between the liner and the rock on this side, just to make it nice and strong and sturdy and hold things together a little bit. So once we had that, both walls done, all the concrete, we cut off the excess liner on the top, put a nice layer of concrete down on top, and set the limestone coping right down on that. Being that our walls were perfectly level and flat all the way around, it was really easy to put this limestone coping on the top. I mean, basically all we did was just put down a nice thin layer of mud, nice and even on the top, cement on the top, and set our limestone down. Now these limestone are 20 inches wide. I would say they're a good 2.5 inches thick, and they were 8 feet long. So they weighed approximately 320 pounds each, so they were pretty heavy to move around. Luckily, a little trick for you, we used some 2-inch PVC pipe pieces, and we would, put them down underneath it, and rather than having to pick these things up and carry them all around, we just rolled them right around on the PVC pipe. So it was actually pretty easy to move them around. Okay, so that's basically how the walls are constructed on this thing. This whole project, it took some time. We had to use, I rented a wet saw to cut all these stones so that, I'm 16-inch walls perfectly on both sides. You can see on the pictures here that everything is stacked nice and straight and nice and level. When we filled up the pond with water, when the water level was filling up over those rocks, it was right along the rock line for the level on the rocks. Each layer level on the rocks was perfect. So it's really important that you take the time in the beginning, right, and get everything nice and level and flat and straight, right? And once you take that time in the beginning, then the rest of the job goes much easier and everything works out, the way it needs to be done. All right, so this pond is going to hold a bunch of koi. We're going to be putting a bunch of koi in here. We're going to do some water plants on the shelves and really start dressing this thing up. But this is a really cool pond that I'm pretty proud of, and it looks great, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So just this quick video just to give you some ideas and some thoughts. A lot of sound off this waterfall. There's a lot of volume of water coming down here. Again, it's a personal preference. You can have Niagara Falls coming down the waterfall, or you can have just a little trickle down. It's up to you. It's a personal preference. Just as a rule of thumb, for a nice waterfall, you need about 100 gallons of water flow per inch of width of your waterfall. Okay, and that's a general rule, just a general rule. For something like this, we're pumping a lot more, right? We're flowing that water over, because the heavier the water flow over that rock, the bigger the sheet of water is going to be going down. Okay, if we reduce the water level down that water flow, it's going to kind of trickle, and it's going to be broken up, and it's going to, not going to look quite like this. All right. So, lots of aeration in this pond, right? Again, it's a 7,500 gallon per hour pump. The pond itself is, 3,600 gallons and change. So, we're definitely, we're turning this pond over, almost twice an hour. So it's really an efficient system. Okay. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked the pond. Maybe give you some ideas. Thanks for watching again. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're interested in all these koi ponds and waterfalls and stuff. I've got a lot of information here for you guys on these videos. I'm really trying to give you as much information as I can and kind of teach you what I've learned over my career doing this, and hopefully help you out. So subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and we'll see you again in another video. Take care. Thank you. Bye.